Oh yeah, let's get some open window action. Oh my god, those pops. Jesus. Dude, this sounds so good. That's why this is a really good gearbox if you're first starting. Ref match. Yup. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kevin on Cars. My name is Kevin, and today we got something special. So today I'll be reviewing Mark's British Racing Green Mini Cooper S, and it is heavily modified, as you can see right here. So as usual, I'll go over the exterior styling, and then the interior, what I like and don't like about it, and finally we'll go for the drive. So for the exterior, let's start by talking about the color. So this is one of my favorite color on that Mini has. It's called British Racing Green. So as you can see, it's a really nice green that has sparkles on it. So under the sun, it looks really nice. And in the front, you can instantly realize that this is a Mini Cooper because of those round headlights, and obviously the Mini logo right there. So going to the side, as you can see, there are multiple mods that are done here. So the first thing you'll notice are these beautiful bronze OZ Ultraleggera wheels, and these are 18-inch, and they clears these JCW brakes that are upgraded, and they clear them perfectly. So I'm not sure if you can see it, but yeah, there's like almost zero room between the wheels and the brakes. And another thing you can notice is that this car is not stock in terms of ride height. Like here is like it's like just about 2 fingers between the wheel arch and the tires, which looks absolutely sick in my opinion. Oh yeah, one more thing since we're here. These are not stock tires. These are Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, which are basically the best summer street performance tires that you can possibly get. And the size are also not stock. So he's running a 225 setup, 225 40 18. Oh yeah, it says right here. So he's running a square setup, and for the stock, the width is 205. So this is much wider in terms of the width. So you get more traction through the corners. Now going to the back, you can notice that there's a John Cooper Works sign right here. So this is not just some decorative JCW sign that he puts. He actually has the JCW Pro tuning kits. So the stock Mini Cooper S produces 189 horsepower from the factory, and the JCW produces 228. But Mark's Mini Cooper S has right here, as you can see, the JCW Pro tuning kit. So this tuning kit basically includes a JCW Pro exhaust, which you will hear right now. yeah, so the JCW Pro exhaust sounds awesome, and with that exhaust and a tune, this car produces around 210 horsepower, which is really close to a stock JCW. And in addition to the JCW Pro tuning kit, Mark also has right here the Dinan Elite piggyback tune. And with that tune, we're looking at around 260 to 270 crank horsepower, which is a lot. So yeah, that's pretty much it about the exterior. Let's talk about the interior. Okay, so now that we're inside, let's talk about some quirks and features of the interior. So, like any Mini, you have a nice and small steering wheel that fits perfectly with your hand around it. And then in the center, you have the dash. And one interesting thing is, when you move the steering wheel, the dash actually moves with it. So you'll always have a great line of sight with the dash. So another option that this car has is the heads-up display right here. Come on, focus. As you can see right there, you can see the miles per hour and the speed limit on the left side. So yeah, this, you have the option. And speaking of options, Mark also optioned the Harman Kardon system, which is, in my opinion, it's a must because it sounds freaking awesome. Let's talk about these seats. These are the, comes from standard. These are the leather seats with like quilted leather in the middle. Really, really nice. And it's really well bolstered, as you can see right here. And also on your thighs, they're really well bolstered. And basically just let you have a lot of fun on canyon roads without like slipping left and right through it. Oh yeah, one important thing I forgot to talk about is the transmission. This is a 6-speed manual, which is quite rare these days. And I'm glad that Mini still offer it even in its newest 2020 Minis. So yeah, this is really nice, has a good length and throw to it, and yeah, almost everything is rounded rather than like sharp edges. So like right here, the door handle is literally a semicircle, and the vents circle, and like all these here is like all rounded. Speakers are rounded. The center dash head unit is rounded. Yeah, so basically everything is circular, which is pretty nice if you like circles, obviously. And yeah, that's pretty much it. He didn't do too many mods from the inside, as I'm aware. So it's a pretty standard and clean interior. So with that said, let's go for a drive in this beast. Oh yeah, just before we start driving, let me shout out the owner, Mark, right here. Yeah. So yeah, let's go for a drive. Let's get the start up. Hold on, before we do that, let's turn on the exhaust. There we go. Dude, that sounds so good. Yeah, in my opinion, if you get a Mini, either S or JCW, you've got to option this JCW Pro exhaust. Just listen to that. Yeah, so right now we're in normal mode, so the steering is really light, and then the exhaust doesn't have any pops. So like right now I left out the gas, no pops. Third gear, really nice. So in normal mode it's just a nice place to be. Just chill and have a little bit of fun without like annoying everyone else with your extremely loud exhaust. But now let's put it in sports, so because normal mode is boring. So if you put in sport, you can see in the middle the circle turns red, and let's go. And there you go. Dude, this exhaust is so good. Downshift. It's so sharp. Here, let me open the window for some sound. Jesus. Oh yeah, by the way, if you hear a different exhaust note, it's coming from my friend Ian's M240i right there. I'm actually will be reviewing his car shortly, and I will link it right here. So yeah, he has his M240i. That's stage 2 tuned, so let's go. First gear pull, so strong. So yeah, let's talk about the handling and the grip and all the mods that that Mark has done to this car, and if it's worth it. So first thing, I think the best mod is obviously the tires. From factory, these minis come with run flat tires because you can't store a spare tire in the back. So the run flat tires are absolutely garbage. They're heavy, they're noisy, because there's all those run flat materials in it. So my recommendation is to get like a nice summer or all season performance tires if you're in the north, somewhere close, and just get like a tire repair kit, or like those tire fluids things in case of an accident. But yeah, it's totally worth it. It will change the characteristic of the car entirely. And when we're driving right now, I don't know if you guys can hear, but there's the intake. So obviously this is not stock. Stock doesn't have this kind of sound. So this intake is actually the AWE carbon fiber intake, and it sounds absolutely awesome. I don't know if there's any performance gains, but for the sound, I think it's definitely worth it. Yup. So yeah, this car, as I said earlier, has the JCW Pro Tuning Kit, which basically includes the JCW tune and also the Pro exhaust. Just listen to that Pro exhaust right there. And then in addition to that, Mark also added the Dinan Elite tune, which really wakes the car up. So with that, we're ending up at around 250 to 270 horsepower from the crank, not from the wheel. That would be insane. But yeah, with this power, it's really more than enough for a Mini Cooper, because the Mini Cooper has a really short wheelbase. So, and also because the car is a lot smaller, you feel like you're going way faster than you're actually going. So in a normal car, at the same speed, I think you'll feel like you're going like 30% or 40% faster. And that feeling of speed is what makes this car so fun. And now we're on a little bit of back roads. We can talk about the suspension and the chassis chassis tuning, and also the brakes. So the suspension, for the suspension, Mark has lowering springs. I'm not exactly sure which one he has. Might be HR or Craven Speed, but yeah, I forgot. But basically it has these lowering springs that makes this car feels a lot more planted than even my car, my JCW. So when going through the corners, it's like literally on rails. Like, so good. And also the tires, as I said before, is literally a must. Because this way you can actually put that 260 horsepower down to the ground. Out of corner, oh my god. Yup. So good. Oh yeah, so also the brakes are absolutely awesome. I feel like it feels a little bit softer than the actual JCW ones from the factory, but when you really stop, like right here, it really stops the car and does the job. But one problem from these the factory brake pads is that it has a lot of brake dust. So, you know, on my car, and even from what Mark tells me, it's like if you drive this for like 2 weeks, your whole wheel is covered with brake dust. And yeah, that's really annoying. Oh yeah, let's get some open window action. Oh my god, those pops. Jesus. Dude, this sounds so good. Alright. Let's close the windows so you guys can actually hear me. Because the next thing I will be talking about is this manual transmission. So this manual gearbox, let's first talk about the clutch. So the clutch is really light, so really suitable for daily driving. So obviously, because this is a Mini Cooper S, but compared to a JCW, an actual JCW manual, it has a whole different set of clutch that is, like, I say like 50% heavier, which is like, yeah, it's really heavy. So on a normal day, I feel like I would rather prefer this clutch than my JCW clutch. And also, if you're like you're new to driving a manual, I think the clutch on this one is much easier to learn. In addition, this car also has auto rev matching. So like right here, I'm going to fourth, now downshift, third, second, perfect rev match. I would say it's better than like 99.9% of normal drivers have rev matching regarding to its speed and accuracy. So yeah, that's why this is a really good gearbox if you're first starting. Rev match. Yup. Really good. And also, like, the bite point is extremely clear, and also the gear lever itself, all the gears are crisp and accurate, so you know exactly where each gear is and you won't misshift anything. And now just going to 6th gear, there's like, and you just like put in normal mode right here, and it just feels like a stock Mini Cooper S. Like, that's how good this is. And like right now I don't want to close the exhaust because I love it, but if you just close the exhaust, it will be as quiet as the stock exhaust. So if you leave it open and you're on a highway and you're going around like 70 miles an hour, there's a bit of drone, I'm not going to lie, when you're like going uphill. So when it's under load, so like right there, you can hear a little bit of drone. But if the road is flat or you're going downhill, you're like perfectly fine. So me personally, I don't mind that little bit of drone because of the reward you get from the sound. So let's just put it back in sport mode because it sounds so good. Yep, so good. Alright, so that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys like it, please hit the like button. And if you guys want to watch more Mini related or like just car related videos in general, please hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate that. And as always, drive safe, have fun. See you guys next time. Bye.